we are a quarter of the way through the 2019 NFL season. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about my Week 5 picks and predictions. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe by hitting the big red subscribe button, folks. I post daily and weekly videos on this channel. Ton of content. Would really appreciate if you guys support the channel. Helps me out a lot. Go ahead and do so by subscribing and turning on the bell notification to be notified every time I drop a new video. And follow me on my social media links down below in the description and on the screen as well. So we had my Week 4 picks. I'll recap those real quick, but I'm here to break down in every single game and give you guys my picks and predictions for Week 5. So real quickly, talking about Week 4, I went 8-7. So it was my worst week by far of the entire NFL season. Haven't had a week this bad so far. Just 8 out of 15 games. But I will tell you this, okay? A lot of these games were really weird. Teams that weren't performing just all of a sudden showing up. So to me, again, bad luck as well. Packers losing to the Eagles on Thursday night with the interception at the very end, in the end zone. Bad luck there, right, obviously. And then we want to talk about the Falcons, obviously not showing up against the Titans, or the Titans finally showing up, I should say. The Browns showing up against the Ravens, okay? The Houston Texans not even being able to beat the Carolina Panthers and the backup quarterback, even though it's time to put some respect on Kyle Allen. He had a horrible game, though. But it was just a bunch of weird things, folks. And to me, again, I'm just ready to move forward from that. I did pick one of the upsets. I picked the Jaguars over the Denver Broncos, so I'll pat myself on the back for that. But just an awful week so far, which now, adding that, brings my record on the year to 39-20-1 through 4 weeks of the NFL season, which is good for about 66%. So, again, decent, but I want to get to that 70-75%. So I'm going to keep chugging along here, and let's give you guys my picks for Week 5. So let's start with the Thursday night game, which is another good one. The Rams at the Seahawks, okay? Last week we had the Eagles and the Packers, and this week we get the Rams and the Seahawks. So I'll take it, folks. Another good game. 1.5. The Seahawks are favored in this one. That is the line. They're at home. And I like the Seahawks, folks. Russell Wilson is playing at an elite level and MVP level. He's actually my pick for the MVP. It was Drew Brees, but Drew Brees got hurt. So I amended that to Russell Wilson. Fantastic on the year. 8 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And Seattle coming off a good win against the Cardinals. The Rams on the other end. You want to talk about Jared Goff, who has gone into the tank. 6 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. This running game, of course, has been non-existent with Todd Gurley. And then the defense got absolutely lit up by Jameis Winston. That was one of the games that obviously I got wrong with the Bucs just smacking the Rams, and the Rams coming off that loss. I don't like the Rams' momentum right now. I don't like how this team is young. They've not looked very impressive on the year. They're probably the most unimpressive 3-1 team on the year. Give me Seattle at home with a better quarterback play right now. Better run game with Chris Carson. Rashad Penny should be back. And they're at home field advantage, and a better defense right now, okay? So give me the Seattle Seahawks to win this one. Let's move on to the Jaguars at the Panthers. Panthers are at home favored by 3.5. And Kyle Allen, undefeated in the NFL in his start so far, or this year for sure, he's 2-0. I think last year he also started games 3-0. So Kyle Allen, again, I've said this since, he started when Cam Newton got hurt. Kyle Allen is an upgrade over Cam Newton right now. He just is, folks. Cam Newton, and again, we get it now. He's hurt. He was compromised. He really was. So Christian McCaffrey's been a beast for this Panthers team. And they're rolling, coming off an upset win against the Texans. Another game I got wrong. I did not think Kyle Allen and company, and it was really Christian McCaffrey, was going to be able to outduel and contain Deshaun Watson. Clearly, I was wrong there. But here's the thing, okay? The Jaguars, too, coming off a good win against the Broncos, which I did pick it. I don't really have a strong feeling about either team either way. This 3.5 is a weird line. The Panthers are at home here, but, folks, I'm telling you, there's just something about Gardner Minshew, the Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback. I know Minshew Mania has been, the new thing here. And I can't help myself, folks. The momentum that they're playing with what the Gardner Minshew has brought to this team, that defense has picked it up. I like the Jaguars. I think they can pull off the upset here. Leonard Fournette had a big game last week, 200 plus rushing yards. Give me the Jaguars in this one. I think they can contain Christian McCaffrey as much as he's been able to contain this entire season. This is one of his toughest matchups. And then Kyle Allen didn't really play well last week. I think they can, hopefully hope that sort of effort from him is replicated. So give me the Jaguars. Again, I don't feel great either way, but this is a gut pick for me, so I'll take them. Next up, we've got the Arizona Cardinals at the Cincinnati Bengals. Neither team has won a game. The Bengals should never be put on primetime again. They were god-awful, okay? Their offensive line is Swiss cheese. It's a turnstile. It is just an absolute revolving door. Andy Dalton got beaten to a pulp on Monday night. That was awful. Somehow they're favored in this one by 3.5. Oh, I know why. They're at home. This is the NFL. Weird things happen. And you know what? This is how weird it is. I'm taking the Bengals, folks. And yeah, you might be like, Faz, what the heck? What did you just see? Here's my thing with the Bengals, okay? The Bengals had a good win against the Seahawks in week 1, and people thought they could compete. Their offensive line just had a bad performance. The NFL is weird. It's week to week. I'm telling you right now, the Cardinals, their defense is awful. Kyler Murray, a rookie quarterback, again, arguably could be better than Andy Dalton right now, you could say, with that performance. But Andy Dalton, if he had gotten some protection, I believe would have had a decent game. To me, give me the Bengals. I think they bounce back here. John Ross might be out for this one. I believe he's been announced out for a while, but you still have Tyler Boyd, Tyler Eifert, Auden Tate. So hopefully, and AJ Green's going to be coming back soon. But give me the Bengals in this one at home. I think they recover and bounce back here from that awful performance. I do like their head coach, Zach Taylor, so I do believe in him. Let's move on to the Atlanta Falcons at the Houston Texans, folks. And here's the thing. I'm done with the Falcons. Matt Ryan's been playing awful. Seems to throw back-breaking turnovers every single game. Falcons just don't perform. I picked them last week to beat the Titans. That didn't happen. Give me the Texans this one. They're at home, favored by 5.5. I think they can cover that in this one because I just don't trust the Falcons right now. And I actually didn't even talk about the money line here. So I did pick the Seahawks in the first game. Jaguars upset the Carolina Panthers. In terms of the points with the Cardinals at the Bengals, give me actually the Cardinals to cover the 3.5. It was 3. I would have taken the Bengals, but I'll take the 3.5. But Bengals still winning that game. So back to the Falcons at the Houston Texans. Give me the Houston Texans. I believe DeAndre Hopkins and Deshaun Watson are going to have huge games this one. The Falcons' defense is no good, and now Matt Ryan's not playing well. So I will take the Texans at home. Tampa Bay at the New Orleans Saints. Folks, 3.5 in favor of the Saints. This is an upset. I'm calling it right now. Jameis Winston has got a fire lit under him. He has been blowtorching and just lighting up secondaries on fire his last 2 games. Go look it up, folks. The Saints don't know what's going to happen to their defense, folks. I believe Jameis Winston is going to ball out, okay? And this is so weird saying this about Jameis freaking Winston, but Bruce Arians, he's doing something over there, folks. I'm telling you right now, you didn't think he was going to do that to Rams defense. I know you didn't. I'm not saying this is going to be a blowout. All I'm saying is I believe them being division rivals here, I believe the Saints coming off an emotional win against the Cowboys at home, I think they're going to be able to be upset against the Bucs team that they might take a little lightly. And I think with the way Jameis Winston's playing right now, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin's playing out of his mind. Give me the Buccaneers. So another upset here for me. Let's move on to the Minnesota Vikings at the New York Giants. And the Vikings, of course, lost to the Bears last week. Kirk Cousins played awful. They are favored, though, in this one on the road by 5. I think they will win this game because the Giants defense is awful and they are starting a rookie quarterback. But I will take the Giants and the points in this one because the Vikings offense isn't very prolific. Though I do think with Dalvin Cook, they can just pound him all game and win this one. Let's move on to the Bears at the Raiders. And I have already made a separate video with my full prediction on this. The line is 4.5 in this one. Give me the Raiders with the points. But the Bears win this one overall. Again, full thoughts. Check out that video. Let's move on to the Jets at the Eagles. And if Sam Darnold is out, I'm out. Line is 14 right now, which means Vegas thinks Sam Darnold's not playing. Eagles win this one. I don't even need analysis on this. The Jets are awful. They're a dumpster fire right now. Give me the Eagles, and I'll take the points if Sam Darnold's out. If Sam Darnold's in, that changes things. Give me the Jets and the points, but the Eagles still a better team. Let's move on to the Ravens at the Steelers. Ravens favored by 3.5. Give me the Ravens, okay? And easily to cover that 3.5 because the Steelers, that's a fluke win, folks, okay? The Bengals, of course, their offensive line was awful. But the Steelers, do they really hope to win this year with doing Wildcat? Like, have we not seen this before? We've seen this movie before, folks. But yet it keeps happening. I get it. They're at home. But Mason Rudolph hasn't really been that impressive to me. I'll still take Lamar Jackson, Hollywood Brown and company, a better defense, even on the road. Give me the Ravens to win this one. Buffalo Bills at the Tennessee Titans. Titans favored by 3 in this one. And give me the Titans. I don't believe Josh Allen's playing. He got lit up last week. He's in concussion protocol, which means backup quarterback. I believe it's Matt Barkley is going to be playing. Give me the Titans. Their defense is better. Marcus Mariota is playing really well right now, coming off a big win against the Falcons. Give me the Titans. Let's move on to the Patriots at the Redskins. By the way, Titans with the points as well. 15.5 for the Patriots in this one. They're on the road against the Redskins. I'll take the 15.5. Folks, I've been swallowing a lot of these points. This season has taught me, if you're getting this many points, usually you take the other team. But I'm telling you right now, some of these teams are just god-awful, okay? And the Washington Redskins are one of them. I don't care who they're starting. Case Keenum, Dwayne Haskins, Colt McCoy, they're all getting destroyed by the Patriots and that vaunted defense, okay? Let's move on to the Broncos at the Chargers. Chargers favored by 6.5. I think this is going to be a very, very tough game. This is in L.A., but the Broncos, even though they haven't won a game, they've played every team fairly close. Give me the Broncos to cover. I'll take the Broncos with the points, but I'll take the Chargers to win overall. Melvin Gordon should be back this week. They're a little healthier. They're the better team, okay? Let's move on to the night game. The Cowboys. Oh, this is not the night game, actually. This is a 3:25 game. I'll get to the night game next. The Packers at the Cowboys. The Cowboys are favored by 3.5 in this one. Give me the Packers in this one, coming off an emotional loss to the Eagles at the last second. They'll be fired up, especially Aaron Rodgers. I believe he's taken out on the Cowboys. Look, with the Cowboys, Ezekiel Elliott is how this team goes. Dak Prescott, we saw that he wasn't able to get the job done. And they went up against a team in New Orleans who couldn't even get a touchdown, and they still lost, which tells me, of course, that this Dallas offense isn't as good as we thought it was. They were just beating up on tomato cans the first 3 weeks. The Packers, to me, a better team with a better secondary. I believe they are going to be able to win this game, but it will be very, very close. So give me the Packers to win this game by a very, very slim margin. Let's move on to the Indianapolis Colts at the Kansas City Chiefs. This is the night game, and the Chiefs are favored by 10.5. Chiefs, of course, coming off of that nail-biter against the Lions, and I believe this one's going to be fairly close as well. That's why I'm taking the Colts and the points, folks. Jacoby Brissett, he's been playing pretty well, folks. Even though last week they wet the bed against the Titans, it's been, a pretty good season so far for Jacoby Brissett and company. We don't know if T.Y. Hilton's going to play or not, but we know this is the Chiefs are the better team. The Colts won't be able to, keep up with them, but their hope is going to be keep away from Patrick Mahomes, run the football with Marlon Mack, and hopefully that'll get the job done. Solid coaching with Frank Reich. I believe they'll be able to stay close, but give me the Chiefs. And then finally, the Browns at the 49ers, folks. It feels like the Browns are on primetime every single week. 49ers favored by 3.5 in this one. Give me the 49ers to win this game, but it will be very close, so I'll take the Browns and the points. I believe in Kyle Shanahan. I just do. They were on a bye last week, but this coach for the 49ers, he is the truth. He is an offensive mastermind. And I believe with the Browns coming off a good win against the Ravens, this is going to be a tough spot for them. Okay, I'm not saying I'm leaning towards either team, but I just like the head coach for the, the 49ers more. And I think that Jimmy Garoppolo is playing at a higher level than Baker Mayfield right now, okay? The only thing with the Browns right now is Nick Chubb is playing better than the running backs, but the running backs for the 49ers, you've got Matt Breida, Raheem Mostert, and company. So to me, you still have Jimmy Garoppolo, George Kittle, and then you've got Kyle Shanahan versus Baker Mayfield, OBJ, Freddie Kitchens. Who knows? But here's the thing. It'll be a very, very close game. But 49ers at home, better coaching. Give me the 49ers. Then the defense has improved as well. So there you have, folks, my picks and predictions for Week 5 of the NFL season. If you agree or disagree, let me know down below. As always, thanks for watching.